The Hunger Games books came around 2008, and they created and popularized, something I like to call the death game subgenre. And Tomodachi game is kind of one. It's a little different. Just picture a death game anime, but like Mr. Krabs is running the show.
Hold on, me bucko! Food's on the way! Hey, you got money, right?
Basically, the characters, instead of dealing with death, have to play and fight off large amounts of debt and compete with each other to win cash prizes. Sounds like Mr. Krabs, right? Money over all else. And speaking of money, if you're enjoying the video so far, go ahead and like it, and if you keep coming back for more, or if this is your first time here, you should consider subscribing, because I have student debt and this is the only thing that brings me happiness in life anymore. But moving on from my crippling depression, Tomodachi game follows Yuichi as the main character and the rest of the friend group Shiho, Tenji, Kokorogi, and Shibe. They all live super normal high schooler lives, and they're raising money to go on the class trip. Once all the money's been collected, someone steals it, and the 5 of them are kidnapped and dumped into a mysterious room. Once inside the room, it's revealed that whoever stole the money used it to enter them into the Tomodachi game and pay off 20 million yen of debt that they racked up. Tomodachi game is a high-risk, high-reward game where you put your friendship to the test to pay off the debt. All as not as it seems though, as true motives of those come to light, as well as the dark and mysterious past of others, and the game shows its true colors. A little side note, Tomodachi means friends, so it's called friend game in English. Man, I am so smart. I'm gonna start labeling my videos as educational, because I mean, I graduated college, and I swear, I'm changing my name to Professor Wiibz on YouTube. Catch me there. Alright, back to the show now. I know Hunger Games pretty much popularized death games in the Western community, but oh my god, are there a lot in anime and manga. Like, there's a ton I haven't even heard of. But I think Tomodachi game did a great job at separating itself from the pack. This is going to be a little vague because so much of the enjoyment of the show comes from learning all the plot twists and new details that come as the story progresses. But I think the story took a refreshing approach to the overdone anime death game subgenre and made a nice spin to it. It has the core fundamentals like all the mini games that you have to complete and the mysteriousness of the game itself, while also introducing the debt plot, which has many twists and turns, making it really fun to watch. The characters are the meat and potatoes though. Get it? I made it sound like characters. Anyways, Yuichi's the poor kid that's very humble and has a good background. Shiho's the class president and the pretty girl that gets good grades. Tenji's childhood friend Sushiho is also very smart and level-headed. Kokorogi's the quiet, shy, cute girl, and Shibe's the vice president and popular boy. This isn't all the characters have to show for though. As the story progresses through the Tomodachi game, we learn of traumatizing pasts, love triangles, deaths, horrible sins, and betrayals that each of these characters have experienced or done through the majority of backstories. As much as I enjoyed this about the show, getting in-depth characters, never really knowing the next step the show is going to take, it did kind of soil itself because the pacing was horrendous. It made the show drag on and made me think, like, is this part going to be over yet? Like, they started game 2 in episode 2 and finally arrived in game 3 in episode 7. Like, good god, we spent a third of the season in game 2. Like, why? And also, why does every death game like anime have these stupid random woods? Like, where are we now? Like, what just happened? We were just in the city.
You must not feel pain or fear to keep coming at me.
Next, Natsuko. You have to break 4 fingers to live. If I were you, I'd get cracking.
At any point in wasting our bims on him at all. Miyamoto-san, stab him with your knife.
Like, stop using woods. We're dealing with money. Use a freaking West Banko or something. And then the art was just pretty average stuff. I mean, solid character designs and everything, but what really stood out to me was during the dramatic parts or scenes, the show would add these creepy illustrations and animations to the characters' faces and body language that really got what they wanted you to feel or see across. Overall, for the review of Tomodachi game though, I'd say it's a solid 7.75 out of 10. The backstory of the characters and the unknowingness of... that's not a word, but we're sticking with it. Of where the story is going is very entertaining and captivating, and the art they add on the key moments really helps gives the audience the feeling of what they want you to feel in the moment. However, The pacing of the show kind of ruins it. It is slow at times, and instead of being invested, I'm wondering when this part will be over, and do we really need this part in the story, things like that. But that's it for this video, guys. If you made it this far, then you really should just like the video and subscribe to give me eternal happiness. But let me know what you think of Tomodachi game in the comments, if you're watching it, if you're going to start watching it because of this video, and I'll see you in the next one.